go crazy. It go crazy. It go crazy. It go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. All the way from the old to LA. Go crazy like a dum-dum. Eastside homeboy, where I come from. Dance on the floor till you go numb. No fighting, no hating, no red wrong. This is OOO City. All the way to the bay, hit the bass, feel me. Catch a case, cause it's beating up yo Chevy. Get you moving side to side, getting all sweaty. Make it work it out. Turn the volume up loud. It's a draw crowd, make it all shout. Go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Hit play on the track and I'm ready. Like a quarterback, Tom Brady. Got you all in the frenzy. Go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go crazy. Go crazy. Go crazy. All the way from the O to LA. Go crazy. Go crazy. Go all the way from the O to LA. Go crazy. Go crazy. All the way from the O to LA.
What's going on? What's going on? How y'all doing this fine Tuesday after Turkey Day? I am tired on today, but I had a well-rested vacation, if that makes any sense. Okay, that's where we're at today. What's up, good people? It is your girl Q Willis, and you see my boy Winfred over here, getting ready to rock and roll with you. And it is time for the Scoop Show, the final Scoop Show of this good old 2021 year, y'all. What happened to November? First of all, but we are here in December and wrapping this thing on up for the 2021 year. Okay, so hey y'all. We made it, y'all. Anyway, if you are new here, we hate that you have joined us at the end of this thing, but we have a whole year plus of replays for you to get good and acquainted with us, so you can come on into next year with us strong. So get on and get comfortable with us tonight so that you can, break the ice. And to do that, please go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section. Let us know what city and state you are repping from. Say, hey y'all, what's up? We were just with family. This ain't far from you, okay? We were just doing this. You're coming on in the living room saying what's up to our people. That's what we're doing right now. So go ahead and drop your city and state in the comment section and say what's up. And while you're at it, if you would please, hey mama, go ahead and hit that share button and let the people on your timeline know where you will be hanging out for the next few minutes, because we got a couple things for you. Got a little bit of chit chat for you. So, want to let them know where you'll be for a while, because your people, we want them to be our people. Okay. Sharing is caring, and we want to get this community to grow. Okay. So go ahead and let the people know where you will be, because your people are good people already. That's just how we roll. So once you do that, we would also like to invite you, like I said earlier, we've got replays upon replays and all kinds of good content ready for you on our social media pages. And we invite you to follow us, like, subscribe, do all of the things that you do on social media sites, by following us on YouTube at The Scoop Show, on Facebook at Real Scoop Show, and on Instagram at The Scoop Radio Show. Okay, so go ahead and get locked in with your people, so when we come back, you don't miss a beat. All right, bro, how are you today?
I'm good. I'm ready. I'm tired, but but I'm good. I'm back to good. All of that, but I'm good.
Yeah. blessed and favored and busy.
Always. Listen, I
Yeah.
wouldn't have it any other way.
Right, right, right.
Any other way. Let me
Mhm.
look. It lets me know I'm doing something right.
Agree.
So,
Agree.
how are you? But I saw you said you took you a power nap to this afternoon.
I did.
So I think people underestimate the things that a power nap can do
Mm,
for you. That 15, 20-minute naps, how you feeling like when you need it to get that battery charged up just enough
man, there's
if you
glory on the other side of
of
that
the
good
power nap.
night. Okay. There is glory on the other side. Okay. I got up. I said, ooh, it's time for the show.
I know
Let's do
that's
this.
right. I'm ready to go. I'm ready
Yeah.
to go. That's
Yeah.
good. That's good. Well, I'm glad to hear that because we do have a good show tonight. And like you said, y'all make sure you hit the share button. Make sure you tag your people and tell them to come on. And then, of course, make sure you hit the share button so this is on your timeline. Also, hey, if you did not see, I don't. This ain't even on the agenda, but I just remembered. If you did not see, we are actually, excuse me, closing. So one of the things we announced that we're closing the Scoop Nation group.
Yep.
And so, if you are a part of the Scoop Nation group and you didn't see the video, we're closing the group at the end of the year. However, we still want you all. We're not stopping the show.
Nope.
We're just not having the group anymore, and we still want you to post or send us your questions, things that you want to post. That we want. We still are going to continue to have conversations, but just on this page. So the Scoop page, the same page that the show is on, we're just moving over to that page so we can continue to keep the party going. So if you want to your question or your post now in the group, you have to submit it and we approve it. In the group, all you have to do, excuse me, with the group, but now all you have to do is inbox it to us on the Scoop page. That inbox, not my personal inbox,
Y'all gonna
not
do
cute
it.
inbox. They're gonna do it anyway. Nevertheless, we gotta put it out there, and we will still post your questions, but we're gonna move. We're closing the group, so y'all make sure. And if you haven't liked the Scoop page, like you just said, follow us on that page, and you'll continue to see the questions and all of that goodness. What's up, Isaac? So we got a good show tonight. You ready to jump into this show?
Let's do it, honey. Let's do it.
All right, so y'all know before we jump into our hot topics, we have to, of course, let you know about our favorite Black-owned business. So let's do that real quick, and then we're gonna jump into these topics. So y'all, let's check this out.
Hey, hey, what's up, friends? Let us introduce you to one of the fastest growing takeovers here in OKC. Bob's, better known as Black Owned Business Group, is bringing us a 1-2 punch of excellence and culture by serving us up options, sugars. You know we love options. Check this out. Have you ever been outside living your best life out and about on these newly remodeled streets and found yourself way too close to eat? Then Bob's Shamrock gas station is where you need to be. It doesn't matter if it's your tummy or your tank. They have what you need. Pull up and fill up on delicious barbecue, premium gas, and locally sourced goodies from Black-owned businesses right here in Oklahoma City. Stop by and say hi at 2901 Northwest 10th Street, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73107, right across the street from the fairgrounds. Open Monday through Friday from 6 a.m. to 9 p.m., Saturday 8 a.m. to 7 p.m., and Sunday 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. And for our licensed friends, after you get your tank right, head on down south to Bob's Dispensary, Oklahoma's newest solution for your medicinal marijuana needs. Bob's Dispensary is open and ready to provide you with the highest quality medical marijuana available, top shelf and premium eighth specials all day long. And we have Oklahoma City's own award-winning Banji topicals on deck and ready to cover your body's needs. Come get to know us at Bob's Dispensary, 2701 South Central Avenue, Oklahoma City, Oklahoma 73129. Open Monday through Saturday from 12 to 8 p.m. Closed on Sundays. Show your support and save whenever you pull up and fill up at either Bob's locations by bringing your receipt from either business in and save 20% off your next purchase. See you soon, sugars. You're muted.
what I was saying was, y'all heard what she said. So get over to and support Bob's. And then I was saying, if you want your business to be shown, highlighted, then y'all get with us and we'll highlight your business. So, all right, hot topics. Let's go. Let's do it. Of course, y'all keep putting these comments. We need your help. We want to hear what you have to say on these topics. So let's go. First hot topic. So the post said y'all aren't used to seeing love. You're used to seeing people who settled, and made it work. Y'all aren't used to seeing love. You're used to seeing people who settled and made it work. All right, what's your thoughts, Q? And everybody else.
I think this is a very timely post for tonight's main topic for the second half of the show, because I think this is very much in alignment.
I said that is not all I was trying to do.
Oh, it's very much in alignment with our struggle love conversation. I think that there is some truth to this. I don't think it's just flat out facts, because I think as we've grown, I feel as we become more healthy, as we gain access to different techniques, more therapy, we learn to work through different things, we identify healthier ways to communicate and have relationships, we create better lives for ourselves, we identify better ways to love each other. And we have decided that there are some things that are no longer considered viable environments for love to happen for us. Okay. So now we're like, no, we're not doing that anymore. We're moving forward. So in an effort to say we're not doing this anymore, now it's everything that happened before this new love is no longer, like, we got to pick it apart. And that's where I kind of refrain from being like, yup, facts, because I'm not going to discredit all of what I know transpired in a lot of these relationships. Like, I'm not going to say that there was no love that came from these relationships that were not created on the most healthiest foundations. We do the best we can with what we have. So, I think each relationship is you have to look at it on an individual basis. But I think on a big scale, like we're our ideas of what healthy is changing, and we have to, these conversations come from that. So it's like, I'm like that gift right now with homegirl.
So I agree with that. I'm going to go take it another step further. Yes, I agree with you. The next step, I think that we also really don't. I think that the way that we judge settling is also not always the best. So I think what happens a lot of times is we take a collection of moments and make of bad moments and say that this collection of bad moments is if these happen, this is the sum total of what this relationship is bad. Not taking into consideration that any relationship, no matter how how good it is, how bad, there's going to be some good and some bad. There's going to be a lot of bad and a lot of good, and hopefully the goal is hopefully the bad, of course, outweighs the good. That the good is not certain. There's certain bad that doesn't happen. But I think when we say that, a lot of times what we're really doing is showing our level of selfishness and our inability to want to. And I hate to use. I don't even know if this is the right way to say this, but to endure what love really is.
Yeah.
Because loving someone is not going to come, like, when you love somebody, that person is never when you get them and when they're done with you, like when we leave here, we're never perfect. So we're always maturing and changing and growing and developing. And again, there's definitely some things it shouldn't
Right.
happen.
Right.
But but settling, I think, is in some instances, I think in most instances are not. Now, again, to your point, and I think hopefully I wonder this is what the original poster is talking about. There's some things culturally, there's some dynamics culturally that have changed.
Right.
That now we're saying we're not settling. We're no longer saying that just because he makes more money or she makes more money that I have to stay because of that, which we know in times past that happened. They could brother could have a whole other family across the neighborhood, and so those things I think I would say would have been settling. But even then, I don't know if that was set. Like I question, like was that even settling? Because so yeah, I think it's very.
I like that Alyssa just asked that question. Like, what does it look like to you? Because it's a very personal thing. What you're going to deal with, I might not deal with, and vice versa. So I might, there are things that I've seen other people deal with. I'm like, nah, that right there is on the other side of my line. And they look at me and be like, yeah, but that over there, I wouldn't be able to deal with that too. Okay, touche, fair. You know what I mean? So I think the if we're going to do a general definition of what settling it would be, it would be if you are in a situation that is that makes you feel consistently less, like it makes you feel as though you are operating at a level that is consistently lower than what you could do for yourself, than what you see for and have the capacity to strive for. I'm here for reasons that feel as though this has nothing to do. Like I have settled for a situation that without it, I would be doing better exponentially. That is where I am stuck. You know what I mean? Like what the is going on? That is a settled situation. I don't feel that is the same as a transitioning situation, a situation that is, where we are working, where there are some points where we both give and take at this whole, the happiness of it all, or the vibrating at the highest level. Like I think it's disingenuous for us to get up here and say that healthy always means happy. That is not true.
Exactly. And I also and that is
couples.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say I would define it very similarly, that settling looks like living in the space, living outside, or living inside of a space that is a violation. So you have said, I think all of us have violations, things that would be our violations. And so I think if you live in that, if your relationship lives in that, then you are settling. I think then you knowing this, and you like, hey, you know what, this is just what this is. I'm choosing to stay. I think then I could say, okay, because like you said, you've defined what your moral standards are. You've defined what the give and take in relationship is, and you still violated your own code, your own morality.
This is just all I got. This is all I got.
Yes, I could do. At that point, I think then you are settling.
Yep.
So I think if you do that, absolutely. Yeah. Good question. Really
it is. Because I mean, we want to generalize it and make it flat out for everybody, and I don't like most things with relationships. That's not how it works.
Right. And like I said, I think we can all agree that there are certain things that we all should probably say are not acceptable.
Yeah.
But correct. I absolutely agree with you.
You'll find somebody that's be like, but I mean, it's okay by me. There's always that one is like, it's not a big deal to me.
Which, okay.
Do you, babe? That's how you have to do.
I would say, well, we have to live with the choices that we make. So, yep. So, what's up, Stephen? All right, let's go ahead and go to this next one. Yeah.
He's always cracks me up.
Yeah. So this man left me at the bar because a random man I don't know and never have talked to in my life sent me a shot to our table. He literally got up and left me here. And the question response was, did you accept the drink? If so, I would have left too. I would have taken that as respect. Nation, what is your thoughts? Q, what are your thoughts?
So I typed and deleted my response to this, and I didn't comment on the post in the group because like I was just like, you know what? Why? They don't have a relationship to me. This is very new. She refers to him as this man. Left me at the bar because another random man. So these are two random men at this point. This is just one she's chosen to share the table with, and the other one she is not. And this guy has been bold enough to send her a drink, and that's essentially where this seems like it ended. She didn't even say that she take the drink or not. It didn't even get that far. He got up and left. So I don't know. And she did accept the drink. I don't see that necessarily as disrespectful. Personally, it's a shot. It's a swallow of alcohol. It's not like she gets up and goes and sits at the table and I keys with him. The type of man that would hold my attention would be one that would laugh it off and we both send him to what's up and we go back to having our dinner, or having our good time and we go on about like, what do I have to do with this dude at the table? Like, I'm gonna send it back. So now we're further engaging with him. So now we got to have a back and forth with the dude at this random additional guy who's inserted himself in our situation. No, and going back to doing what I'm doing because I'm here with this person. But if he were to get up and leave, then I mean, to me, that's you hustling backwards, homie. So you just left an open way for homie to just slide on in. Oh man, what I mean? So okay. Weird flex, but I mean, all right. Like I don't know. I don't know. I probably to a good sister sends a date to some random dude. If a chick sends a dude that I'm talking to a drink, I'm gonna be like, yeah, that's just because I'm confident in what I'm doing. I'm gonna look at gotcha. Good luck, sis. Nope. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna go back and do what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna slide you that good old five and let you know, nah, baby, I got it. Go right back to doing what I'm doing because that's how I'm built. So like, I don't even. This would be disrespectful to me. Because chicks gonna do what they do, just like dudes gonna do what they do. Like,
yeah. So, given that scenario, if we just met, like we ain't, then absolutely, I'm a play on player. Like it is what it is. But again, I'm not insecure like that. I think now, I would be very interested in her response. Just as a note, like I would want to see how she responds. Now, if this was my woman, I think I would be, again, I still want to see her response. Like, let me see how you handle this. Like, are you, because I've seen this situation where where ladies have gotten super giddy and almost, I've seen where they almost
like
Chrissy
Teigen did. Is that who? Was that who needed the? No, that was Steph Curry's wife.
Aisha Curry.
Aisha Curry. Go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. Well, I'm like, when they get super giddy and they like it's flirting. Like, why are you so excited about this?
And extra attention.
Yeah, I was like, I've seen that happen. But even then, I'm like, okay,
that's a violation. That would
be. Like, what are we doing? But in what's cool? Why did that get you that excited? It's a drink, but especially we hear it together. But if this is a random thing, a first date, we just meet again. It's just okay. Like this is where we are at this point. We're not committed to each other, so you don't owe me any level of anything, and I don't owe you any level of anything. So I mean, I could be sitting there and I could send another woman, that's at the bar a drink, and
That would be petty if you did that. But if you,
If I did that, it wouldn't be a good look. But I'm just saying. But if I,
yeah.
like
Because how would you when he sent me one and you sent her one? Like, oh, is this?
Yeah, no, that's petty. No, that's petty. No, I'm not saying like, oh, well, we get drink. Yeah, I mean, I got you. No, I'm not.
And we know dudes who would do that. We know dudes who would do that. That waitress would be like, bet, let's go. Who else want a shot? You want a shot?
You want a shot? You want a shot? Everybody gets the shot. Yeah, we unfortunately.
Oh my
God. Unfortunately, yeah, we do. So yeah, it just really depends on where we are in our but if we just met,
mm-hmm.
again, people gonna be people.
Mm-hmm.
Like even in whole marriages, people gonna be people. So you gotta have a level of like you gotta have a level of like I would say, especially if you date somebody that's attractive, like
it's gonna happen. People are gonna shoot their shot. They gonna be and they not gonna always care that you there. And is that messed up? Yeah, but that's
someone who is culturally perceived as attractive. Let me say that. Because you know.
Yeah, you know.
And everybody, like, what you mean? I wouldn't. Everybody's attractive. Not to me.
Everybody's not attractive. That's just not true. Ain't even no not to me. It's just not true. That's just not true.
You're attractive.
It's just not always true.
Everybody's attractive. Look, there's somebody. What they say, there's somebody for everybody.
Somebody for everybody.
Yeah. She said, even absolutely, even in whole marriages. Actually, it's worse in marriage. I don't think people recognize that. Like, it's worse in marriage.
Me and James have had this conversation before. When this has come up in the past, I've asked him, like, if someone were to send me a drink or something like that would happen, what would you use? What am I gonna do? Like, it's not like you're gonna end the night with him. Like, you're not going over. Them sending you a drink does nothing. It guarantees nothing. How you react to it is what's going to be the thing, which is exactly the point that you made is that's the red flag. That there is the violation. How she responds to that attention.
Yep. Listen, you better look. If she or he responds the wrong way, you might need to get on your game, then, ma'am or sir, because that could be, like you said, alluding to the Ayesha Curry thing. I mean, she let it be known, like, hey, I need some. I was
being funny because I didn't really see what the whole thing was with Ayesha Curry. I low key understood, so I won't. Y'all replay on me about the Ayesha thing, like, because I understood what she was saying, but that was funny. When you got somebody you get here, that's the attention thing. Like, still got it. That's a still got it thing. Yeah.
All right, let's move. Let's go to the next one. What's up, Steph? What's she say? Someone once told me single people value marriage much more than married people. I don't know.
They value the appearance of it. It's another level achieved. It's unlocked. It's like another adulting level unlocked for some people. If you are married or if you are marriage material, then that makes you more eligible or more workable, than others. Because a lot of some men will say women who have children and have been married before, they would consider dating as opposed to a woman with children who's never been married before. There is they feel that there's a different system attached to that.
I think there's a level of that a lot of the what's the word I want to use, like dreamy stars and it's gone because you understand the reality of what it is. So I think what it really boils down to is whatever you are, you value the other one. Like you look at the other one like, ooh, if I was over there,
the grass and green, that grass
would be a lot better. If you married, you'd be like, boy, single life look good. But when you're single, your married life sure look good because you're living in the reality of the current position, the current thing, and so the bad part of that 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 place is more real for you. Like issues that come along with being single, or the realities of that being single, like hit you. Like when I was married, it's like now I'm like, shoot, I can't wait for somebody to cook me a meal. But when I was like, it wasn't that big of a deal then. But now, cook me a meal.
Can't wait to sit down at that table.
I'm so sick of cooking for myself. Like when I do cook for myself, but you know what I mean. Like so I think it's just whatever you don't have, you place a little more value on that because you currently don't have it. But when you get it, it's like anything else. When you get it, it's like, oh, I got it now. We get lazy.
It's one of the reasons why single and married folks have so much problem socializing. Like it's hard to really have depth in those social, when it really gets down. You can have fun, you can go and entertain each other and like have a good time sometimes, but like a lot of time when it gets down to the thick of it, you hit some walls because there's that level of camaraderie dissolves exponentially when you start to have those conversations.
It does. Illusion. Yeah, the illusion. That's we can go with that as a word.
Yeah.
Yes, the illusion of what marriage is. Yeah. That's a good word.
And single too. I think
the illusion of being single.
Absolutely an illusion to it. Yeah.
Yes, there's the illusion of being single. Like you got so much freedom and you can do what you want. I ain't got to worry about nobody else and can do this and this. And then you be looking up talking about I wish I had somebody to call me and see where I was.
Ain't nobody checked to make sure I ate today. Damn.
Nobody checked up on me. I'm over here sick by myself. I got to
make them all Theraflu and noodles.
I call Walgreens to deliver me some stuff. Thank God for Uber Eats now, because goodness gracious. Whew. So yeah, illusion's a good word. We'll go with that. All right, let's keep it moving. We're moving pretty quickly through these. Let's see. Okay, yeah.
Oh.
She said, PSA, please leave my husband alone. This may be just for married women or women that know their value and are willing to speak up and speak out. If you feel some type of way by my post, pray. Taste Buds Catering is not a way to get close to him. Don't make me call you out. As my husband and I are conversing this morning, he made me aware that a few of my quote social media friends have been in his DM/inbox. Trust no human. If you or anyone you know has been after my husband, I am asking you to please be mindful that God don't play about me. And Rennie from Shell Road still exists. However, I've learned to fight from a different place. Laying of the hands is still a thing. Laughing emoji. He made me aware, and I am encouraging you to beware. A few of you are already on my hit list. Prayer, that is. Don't push me. Hashtag y'all real funny. Hashtag don't reveal yourself. Hashtag God is a bad dude. Hashtag FOE. Our mutual challenges don't need your help or advice. Our marital, challenges don't need your help or advice. Hashtag focus on your grass. Hashtag my soil solid. Epic encounter. Signed, Mad Black Woman, Mrs. Lorraine Trier Watson. Yeah. Whew. Hashtag that was a whole lot, man.
Hashtag hush. Hashtag delete. Jeez. Hashtag tag them, sis. Because like all of these words, like this is a lot. This is a lot. This is a lot. This is too much. Yes, you don't put a business name in it and all this other stuff. This is a lot. This is the drawing of the line of the sand that I was mentioning in the video earlier today, and I just don't understand this. This is a lot. Yeah, Stephanie. Yes, like delete back. Like this is where you do the select all cut. Like this ain't even a backspace situation. This is just a log off and go to the diary. Like you just need to go put a pen to pad, write this down, then burn it. Because this isn't necessary. This isn't. You need to put this in the air and do whatever with that you may need to. But this needs to go in there. This is a lot, y'all. If you were in like a general announcement to the community to not, you won't see me doing this. Don't do this. Don't. This ain't cute. Do not recommend. 0 out of 10. Do not recommend. She just made a talk. She did. That's exactly what happened. This kind of stuff for the woman who has been in his inbox, all this did was motivate her. You gave sis 5 paragraphs of ammunition to cause you chaos in your home. You're welcome. Congratulations. Now you sit with that. Now you go sit with what you've done. That's exactly what you did.
I think I don't know. I think okay. So what is the expectation that, well, the thought is the idea that other women are going to read this and be like, "Oh, I don't want to be put on blast, so let me back off." Is that the idea?
I guess. But she said all that to say nothing. I'm gonna fight you, but I'm not. I'm gonna pray, like all this back and forth. She double dutched around the point, and don't make me back to the old me. But I don't really believe that was ever the old you. I believe you do a lot of talking, and that's it. And you want to do a lot of fronting and stuff. But like this isn't gonna do anything to any. This is going to send them to you. But I'm thinking that's what she's hoping that's gonna happen from this. Like she's said enough with her chest that it's gonna be like, ooh, she knows about us. He's telling her, like, he made me aware. Like, okay, so they sitting around sharing inboxes and stuff. So that's supposed to scare him away. If she was going to confront someone and they had a deep enough conversation where she actually knew who we would be talking about, if she was really about that business, she wouldn't be on her main page. She would be having conversations with those people. She would be pulling up. I need to talk to you. If you haven't you sending all these shots. You know what I'm saying? So like if a woman is really going to test that, because it's women that'll test that gangster. Okay, you want to come on? You want to type all these words? Okay, sis, we'll see. Okay, like I don't. This is okay. Y'all can play if you want to. These people are crazy. We can be very very proud of a position that we don't hold as strong as we thought we did. And it's usually when we do stuff like this that we escalate that revelation. You find out sooner rather than later when you put yourself out here like this.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna so I've been in situations where people have, God, I hate to even talk about this, but okay, let's do it. Where people have been inappropriate or made inappropriate comments to me that the person who I am in a relationship with sees, I tell, etc. And in any time that has happened, the onus to fix it has been on me. So I think when I see stuff like this, I'm interested or I'm intrigued because number one, like you said, to me, this is like you just threw blood in the water and for all of the sharks to come attack. And now all of the ones who were like, hey, they married, I'm gonna stay away, are now gonna be like attack because this is it's weak. The foundation weak over there. So let me keep going. Unless to me as the man, it is my responsibility to be. So I think like he probably should, if this was going to happen, he needed to be the one to say something as opposed to her, because now it seems as though he has further exposed her to people as opposed to done something to let it be known my ship is good and this is who I'm rocking with. So shoe fly don't bother me. And so I think that for me is probably the bigger concern as to now you have exposed your relationship, in this instance your marriage, to your point, and your business. Because really all that did was show us where the hole was at. Because that showed us where the hole, because they were coming through the business, which I totally am experienced with too. Because that's what you and I know. That's what they. Oh Lord, yeah. That's why I don't do That's why I don't do free consultations anymore. But it's upon the man to be the one to let her know what's going on, but then also to be the one to respond in kind to the woman. So, fellas,
do you know how many women are going to now go out of their way to help him if he decides he wants to cheat?
Oh yeah.
This now makes it this now will make it so he will have plenty of accomplices in his mission if he so chooses. If he decides that's what he's going to do, they will go out of their way to assist him from covering it from you so that we can all stay clear, because she's crazy. You know what I mean? Like this just does not work well for the woman who is willing to put it all out there for another woman's husband. These things don't pump no fear in her heart. This only invigorates her for the fight.
And attracts others.
And yeah.
Like I heard somebody say it like this. I thought this was really good. Queen, stay on your throne. Don't get off your throne. If you're the queen of this kingdom, stay on the throne. At best, you got some goons who can handle it for you. But don't ever get off your throne.
And it's hard. It gets hard because your emotions get all wrapped up in it and all that other stuff. But that's we have to have enough self-control. I say anybody, but queens, kings, whatever, because I think it's silly when anyone goes outside of the household that they run to try and confront somebody else about a situation. I always think that's so, because you didn't take vows with them. You know what I mean? That's not who you can be mad at them. You can have issue with them. That don't mean you got to dap them down or nothing like that. But like your confrontation is not outside of your home. So you doing all that outside of the house makes it's so silly to me. You handle that within your home, but you don't let them see you sweat type stuff. You know what I mean? Like, why do you give them that satisfaction of knowing that has rocked you that way? If you need to take a moment to withdraw and get your stuff together, get back on your square so you can show back up as the queen or king that you are, cool. You know what I mean? And you can still address a situation without losing everything. You know what I mean? You can make sure that the situation doesn't have to happen again without stepping outside of yourself and your character. Because, it's hard. It can be hard to do, to not want to address it. You know what I mean? Especially if you're feeling exposed, or if you're feeling, like, hey, I already talked anyway, I'm going to just say something. There's a way to go about it.
Absolutely. But here's the thing. If you feel exposed in that situation, man or woman, it is because the proper boundary was not put up. And that, like, to your point, the boundary not being put up has nothing to do with the other person.
Yeah.
It has something to do with the boundary. Think of a fence that's surrounding your relationship. Now, if a person tries to come inside of that boundary, then as the person who creates the boundary, I have every right to kick your outside of my fence, because you're in violation. However, that doesn't mean I need to go to go to social media and post a 5-paragraph.
I remove the threat and then I go back to doing what I gotta do. You know?
Yeah, yeah. And again, and just like here's the other thing I want to say too.
Yeah.
Right. And to like with the last one, when it comes to like I said, in a relationship, depending on how she responds to getting the drink, lets me know something. How the other person responds to this should let you know something.
Mm-hmm.
And again, and as a man, y'all listening, as a man who struggles creating certain boundaries, I can tell you it's difficult. However, it is also there's a difference between somebody who doesn't care and somebody who doesn't know. And if you have somebody who doesn't know and is trying, that's one thing. But somebody who don't care and their boundaries just all kind of loose, then you, as the partner, have to come to a conclusion. Is this something that I can continue? Can I be with them and as they grow and change and wait until they figure it out? Or, and this is assuming we're not married, I'm saying this, or is this something that just does not work for me? Mm-hmm. You have to do, because it's not, because again, you are just blood in the water. If your boundaries if you was feeling insecure before, you about to feel real insecure right now after this.
These things, these run all through me because they just hardly ever do they accomplish what they're supposed to.
I don't think they ever do. Like I think at best there's a temporary, there might be a temporary thing that it accomplishes, but even in that temporary thing, now you got to deal with the long-term effects, because this is social media and everybody and people are paying attention, and it might take them a few months to respond. But trust me, now you have shown them the weakness in your
and they're watching for it now. They might not even comment. They won't hear. You won't see the reaction, but they're watching for those additional cracks. And now they're dissecting all the posts and your captions. And are they, how close were they in the picture? Well, they wasn't holding hands in that one. See, you see, she didn't put her ring on. You know, she didn't got a ring. Could be 59 reasons why she don't have a ring on. They don't have a ring on. She ain't been wearing a ring. You know, those. But you the one.
They in trouble. Let me go ahead and hit that inbox.
You the one that wrote the whole chapter. You wrote the whole chapter for the people and wondering why they looking at you crazy. Yep.
Alyssa says, trust that man enough to know that he told you about it and let him show you he shut it down, then keep it pushing.
Because he did say that he told her about it. So there's something there. We don't know to what degree, but yep, there's some truth to that too. Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah, we got some work to do. We're gonna get there. We will get there.
We're gonna be all right.
We're gonna get there. All right. The dating pool has a lot to do with. Oh yeah, I like this one. The dating pool has a lot to do with looks. Don't let anyone fool you. The prettier you are, the better the experience. You'll manifest until your fingers bleed. But if you're not good looking, your experience might not be as glamorous. Then he responds, I can't read this little writing. Hold on. Can you read that?
Yeah. He says, it's bad enough that when you're less good looking, no one wants you. But even when they have you, they never go the extra mile for you. You're just you. Pretty privilege is a real thing.
All right. What you think?
So, I initially said I agreed with this, but that was because I did not see that little blurb at the bottom. I didn't see the reply that came at the bottom. I disagree with that response to himself. That's when we do too much. We say too many words. You should have just left it at the top part. I do think that attractiveness, like what you mentioned earlier at the beginning of the show, as far as like when the general consensus is that you are considered an attractive person, your dating experience is what people would call more quality. You have a better experience. No, that's not even it. because pretty people could have some trash experiences. That's not necessarily it. It's assumed that you have more positive dating experiences and you have better luck at having more positive dating experiences when you are an attractive person. You have more options, you have more people looking to be with you, and you have the option to be with others, all of those things. Yes, more quantity. Thank you, Stephanie. At your disposal. That I believe that is true. We are a very vain society. I think that a lot of the times, if you're cute, that's all that it needs to get you in the door for a lot of things, not just dating. That is just
that's the of our culture.
That is how we're built around these parts. So that part I do think is true. I do not necessarily. That whole bottom part felt very personal. It was some triggering that was happening in that follow-up there. So that's like, I'm like, I don't think that a person is, if they've chosen you as their person, I think it's a lot to assume that they will never put forth a significant effort for you simply because you're not considered a attractive person.
Yeah. So on the post, my reply was that there's some truth to this, and I would agree with you that I was referencing the top part, more so than the bottom part. I do think that pretty privilege is a thing. Mm-hmm. I do think that you get more people who are willing, like you said, to let you in the door. If you are more, like I said earlier, what did I say earlier? Culturally, if your looks are the cultural norm, we'll go with that. Or cultural standard of beauty. That's what I want to say. Then and that's changed. So let's throw that out there. First of all, that is something that does change. But I think that's just a reality of the culture. And some of it is preference, some of it is culture, some of it is, people being people, I guess. But nevertheless, I think that part is true. I do think that from a male point of view, that we will give a more attractive woman more room to do certain things. Mm-hmm. I have said it. I've said it in my life. Like, if she was, I remember one time I said, if this was a woman who was less attractive, would I be putting up with this?
Yeah.
So I need to end this. So it's like, okay, I need to end this because this is a problem now. So I think we have to, like, I think for men, because men are a little more, in general, more looks driven. I think that is that's probably more true for us. But I disagree that the idea that people won't try as hard and all that bottom stuff, that's hogwash.
Yeah, the never go the extra mile for you. You're just you. Like,
people don't want you. I don't think people don't want you. I think we also there is some validity to also, like, knowing your range. You know what I mean? Like, you got to know what likes you and what doesn't. Like, women who like tall men aren't gonna want to date me, probably. You know what I mean? Like, unless there's something else that they like more. That I'm 5'7". Like, I'm not gonna. If a woman only wants that's 6'2", she probably might not like me.
You gotta know how to play to your positives. We've seen odd couple. We see this strange things happen every day, B. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, absolutely.
Oddest couples ever. So, like, I agree with what you're saying, but, like, when you have to be honest with yourself. You have to be one with your star player and accentuate your positives. That bottom part seems very woe is me to me.
I think, I think to your point, there are exceptions. But I think we have to, like you just said, be honest. And I said this last week too. Like, you have to be very comfortable with not only who you are, but who you are not.
Yep.
who you will attract and who you will not attract in general. And again, if you become comfortable with that, then you don't have to try to become something else in order to try to attract somebody else. But if you're yourself, and this is the exception, then I heard somebody in the clubhouse the other day said, I don't know how tall she is, but she said she usually likes tall men, but she said the man who I loved the most was short. Mm-hmm. She's like, because I gave him a chance and I found out all these things about him, and she's like, and I loved him. She's like, so even though this is my preference, there were other things about him that won me over. And again, that was her exception. That's not her rule.
Yep.
So I think that's for all of us. We all have that. So I don't think it's
sure do.
But again, I think we got to be honest that, like I said, that the prettier you are, the more attractive you are, the more looks you probably gonna get. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Unless you are a person of with a lot of power, mm-hmm. or you are a person with a lot of financial status, which typically also can equal power.
Oh yeah.
Again, exceptions, not the rule. Mm-hmm. So, my thought. Melissa says glamour does not equal quality.
Nope.
Absolutely.
Can't tell some folks that though.
Absolutely. I mean, but listen, I know a whole lot of, attractive women who will tell you, I can't get a man to say nothing to me. Like, mm-hmm. I can't get a man to talk to me. I can't get a man to approach me. Like, a lot of, what am I doing wrong? They won't say anything to me, or they might say something to me and like be afraid of me. Like, so I think, again, a lot of it goes back to how comfortable you are being yourself, understanding where and what, where you fit in.
Yeah. Those are when we bring about pretty privilege, there's always a back and forth about that. And I know myself, we had a conversation about it a couple weeks ago in the scoop. And I always think to we always have to see like the flips of both of those. There's assumptions being made mm-hmm. for both sides of those conversations. You know what I mean? And I think we have a lot of assumptions about attractiveness, and there are a lot of assumptions about unattractiveness, mm-hmm. And what each are expected to give and receive based upon this outside perception of them. So like we have to really just look at people for who they are. You know what I mean? Like we have to know who you are, and like you said, level set and go for what you know. But like the assumptions that we carry, it's not even always the expectations. It's the assumptions that we set forth before we even know what it is mm-hmm. we should be. Mm-hmm. We have room to expect from one person. There's just the assumption. We don't even know what we're playing with yet, what we're doing yet. But I assume that this is what we're going to do based on, that's where you absolutely lose.
What my experience has been, what people around me have said. Mm-hmm. Yep. Because what's actually used, one of the things I noticed is it's almost like in terms of we gotta keep going. In terms of assumptions, it's almost like we assume that the more culturally attractive people or standard of beauty, the pretty people mm-hmm. are not smart, and the not so attractive ones are smart, and so. But what you'll find because of that, the people who are smart want to be pretty, and the people who pretty want to be smart because like nobody notices me, notices my mind. They just only want my body mm-hmm. and then all the smart people, nobody wants me for my looks. They just want me for, like mm-hmm. again, it goes back to
the insecurity. Yeah. It highlights our insecurities. Yeah. And sometimes you have experiences of those things. You can identify where this has happened, but by and large, it is often in our heads. It can be our experiences that we see via our insecurity. A lot of the times we put those assumptions onto us based on things that we're still carrying from before. Also, Absolutely. Yeah, we got to own our ish.
Absolutely.
For these things.
Absolutely. So opposites attract. Love, beauty comes from the inside. Absolutely.
Mm-hmm. They do.
Some people still ain't attractive, but I don't care how nice you're on the inside. Some people just ain't physically attractive. I'm sorry.
And some of the most beautiful people are whack.
Yeah. So just Yeah, it's an individual thing.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Private. But y'all gotta see this picture. Private but not secret. I don't even remember what the post was about this. It was like, what's the difference? I think.
Or is this okay? It's something like that. Yeah, I don't know. Private but not a secret. He got his whole torso behind the sis. Like you got. Why post the picture then? Like to me, that's always that. I don't know that part. That's the part of this culture that I don't understand. The faux privacy of it all. You know, you're gonna leave us breadcrumbs of who this person is without showing them who they are, and leave all of the. I don't like this speculation. I'm far too a real life private person to go for this faux privacy to people trying to tell us that they trying to have. If I'm not with nobody, you're not gonna see me with nobody. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you will see, there will be no hands, ain't gonna be no fingers, ain't gonna be no bodies, it ain't gonna be no feet. You ain't gonna catch a slipper, you ain't gonna see a piece of a toothbrush that ain't pink. You ain't gonna know this man was even here. You know what I mean? If that's what we're not doing. But this whole you see him but you don't, this abracadabra with the men, I don't understand the energy that goes into hiding, but not really. You let everybody know you got somebody, but you can't tell them who. It ain't for y'all. Okay. Well, then don't show us nothing. Why we got to talk about it? Why we doing this? Why then? If it's not for us, then keep it for you. Because I don't like all these random folks speculating about what might be, who it is. Oh, I think I saw that shoe in that other picture. Was that the dude that was at the trappy in the back? Nope. Nope. Not him either. Nope. It ain't. Nope. You know, like what? What we doing? So it's not private. It's not secret. It's silly. That's what I call it.
Yeah. If you don't want to be on social media, just don't. It's just that simple to me. If you don't want to be posted on social media, don't post it. That's fine.
Yeah. Y'all all at the mall, laid out on the people couch, taking pictures in the dressing room and stuff. You don't think nobody see you laid out on the people couch in the dressing room area? Homie is comfortable, okay? In the waiting room. And you ain't trying that. No, you sitting posing. What are you doing? Somebody saw you. What's somebody over to the left because y'all both focused on not being focused on, and somebody over there taking a picture of both of y'all faces and posting right behind it. Here they are, because that's how petty the internets are right now. And if you're in a little bitty place like Oklahoma, that kind of stuff could absolutely happen.
Right, y'all. We found them. Here they are.
Yeah. Where's tag it, your location, your government names, everything on the post, but y'all private, not secret.
Just don't post it if you don't want it. I think if you don't want anybody to know, don't post it. And somebody on the post, I was looking at the comments. Somebody said they should be able to do whatever they want. They absolutely should. They absolutely should be able to do whatever they want. But you also have to recognize what comes with what you do. To me, it's that simple. Like when you make a decision, you have to recognize your decisions come with consequences. And if the consequence of your decision is that somebody gonna say, "What is you doing?" Or like you said, somebody gonna come behind you and take the real picture and show y'all face and post it. Like that's what you do. If you don't want people to know, don't. And yeah, you absolutely can do whatever you want. Just recognize that so can the other people who gon'.
Yeah. When you do it and then show everybody and say, just let me be there. I was like, well, then you should have inboxed it to them then. If you didn't want to be like, you should have made this a private post. If you didn't want nobody to say nothing or say, if you want to do what you do, you can make pictures private. Do people know that? Like, you don't even have to do that. You can be your whole face in the picture and post it and just put the lock, y'all.
Get a whole album.
Settings, okay?
The public to only me or me and this person, and y'all can have a whole conversation. Just between y'all.
I don't understand it. We are very, very. We overshare. Levy made a post about that earlier. About we're oversharing generation, and it is to our detriment.
To the point I think she said something about like to the point where we. No, that was TD Jakes. He said to the point where we actually think that like we owe these people this and this is a part of. She said that
She
part.
said that, yeah.
That we owe them we owe them parts of our lives and we don't. And I've been saying that like we don't. I don't. Yeah, that's my business. I choose what to tell you when I'm doing whatever I'm doing. That's my choice because it's my choice.
Yeah, it's a huge part of why I know I stay right in here as far as certain levels of popularity, exposure, success, all that kind of stuff. And it's because I have privacy issues. There's a certain level in the industry that I'm in. They want to know every waking moment of your every move and everything that you do and all of those things. And first of all, like I work a full-time job. Like I can't be on live all damn day and I work. You only get one lunch, 2 breaks, and you might be able to get en route somewhere and catch a quick video. You know what I mean? Like I'm always walking in my videos. If you notice, so like there's only so much exposure you can have and still feel like you get to have a life. And I think some of the overwhelming feelings that we have and the anxiety that so many of these kids are having is because they don't know when to turn off and just keep something for themselves. When you're always on, like that's a hard life to always be on and not have any money from it, to not have any of those other things that happen when you're a celebrity. They get paid millions and millions of dollars to be always on, and they have trauma that we see, and we wondering why would all this money would you think and we're doing it to ourselves for free. For free, for likes and friends people will never meet. This is why we're tired. So no.
Yep. Why you can't get no rest.
Yeah.
Yep. This says, when you're ready to tell the world and the whole internet, then tell it. Until then, keep it on the phone, off the grammar book. Yeah.
And that's not hard. You can say I'm dating someone and not give a whole bio.
You can't tell nobody nothing.
Yeah. But I mean, that's the thing. You're gonna let somebody know that you're with somebody. You can say I'm dating somebody without not giving who you dating.
I'm the king of that.
Yes.
I am the king.
My good sir. Yes, you are.
I'm taking.
Period. Next topic.
I'm not interested. Keep on going.
Mm-hmm.
The Lord bless and keep you.
Good night.
I realized several years ago that there are certain things. I recognize that I live a somewhat public life. Pretty public life, but I'm like, y'all can't have all of that. Y'all can't have everything. It's just that simple. You can't have. There are certain things that are only reserved for certain people, and there are certain things that are only reserved for me.
Yep.
And I think you have to establish that. So, if not, you're gonna go absolutely crazy. Absolutely, Stephanie.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. All right, that was Hot Topics. Let's go. Let's keep going. Go right into the.
All right, y'all. So we are already rolling about these the different levels of love and what they look like. And we're gonna talk about struggle love. I don't even have a whole big setup for this because I want to get. We're going to talk about what is struggle love. We are going to try and define this trending new relationship status that we have started to give to relationships that we deem beneath us all of a sudden. We have decided to start labeling things that we will not deal with as struggle. So I want to talk about what this is and try and get a better understanding in what progress, transition in our cultures and how we go through this whole relationship thing, access looks like, as opposed to just this is trash and we know better. We know better. This ain't cute. We know better than this right here. And stop assigning titles and names to things that just don't really fit, because I think we're discrediting the efforts and the strides that we have really made. We are really not giving ourselves our due for the progress that we have made as a community by disregarding all of the real work that we have put in to love each other better. We are so caught up and telling us that we're not doing it right and we got to do so better and see what we've been doing. I ain't going to do that no more. We really haven't looked at just how much better we are loving each other and how those experiences could possibly have helped us to get there. So now that we can feel confident to say that, we won't be doing that anymore. Collectively, that's done. We're going to move on. You know what I mean? That struggle is over. We've moved on. You know what I mean? And that be okay. So yeah, that's what we're getting into tonight. So let's go. Bro, what are your thoughts on struggle love? What is struggle love to you?
What is struggle? Okay. So, I had to ask because I was like, my definition of struggle love and what I thought people meant by struggle love is clearly not what struggle. So my initial thought struggle love was when people said it, what they meant was when a woman gets with a man who is not financially secure and she stays with him through the years of him trying to get on his feet or losing jobs and having jobs and things like that. To me, when people were saying, because usually this conversation is centered around ladies having to be with men while we're going through struggle and that ladies shouldn't have to. So in that context, I thought that's what they were referring to. So they were more so saying, don't get with the man who's not financially secure. Stay by yourself or wait until somebody or wait if he's ready. That was my initial assumption of what struggle love was. I found out that I was wrong.
What did you learn on your journey, Win? Tell us what you learned.
I learned that struggle love is far greater than money. That it's really having to go through heartache and pain and seasons of whether it can include financial struggle, but usually it's also like a man having to, being unfaithful, or a man mistreating or not caring well for his woman and then losing her or getting very close to losing her to finally realizing, oh shoot, I'm not being a man or I'm not being the type of person I should be in this relationship. So let me actually show up the way that I'm supposed to, or I committed to in the beginning. So that's what I learned.
So you're done good in your studies. You're done good. Shout out to your timeline for Schooling the Panda on struggle love. You are correct in a lot of ways. So struggle love has been socially defined in many, many ways. And it definitely varies depending upon who you're talking to. Okay. Whoever the two in love may happen to be. We will either glamorize the situation or we will pick it apart depending upon the subjects at hand. But yes, you are right. A lot of the times, and the basis for the struggle love, I think where it really started was in the financial situation. It's the whole he's under or unemployed, and she is she is the one who is the breadwinner and carrying the weight. There could possibly be children involved. He might have some charges, or he's fighting some things that are keeping them down, and she's carrying him along. A lot of the times, it's the woman who stays down through all of the dumb stuff that happens when a man is growing up, when he's going through his things and he's going through his stages. It's often the woman that stays while he's going through. And then by the time he wakes up and grows up and gets his man up thing going, he then is this awesome man. And now they get to be goals. And now people are now looking at that like, now you finally reaping the rewards of the benefits of all the work that you put in to get this man to be there. I don't want that there. So those are the things that are being considered. Those types of relationships are now being put into the struggle love category as well. So it's finances, and then the dealing with all of the other carrying of throughout that. Then if you throw in infidelity, like you mentioned, if you throw in a little bit of abuse, right? If you got a run in the streets and you got embarrassment that gets thrown in there, you get a couple bouts with some broken dreams, some finance, throw some money at some things, some
crash your car, ruined your credit.
Right. You throw babies in the mix, family issues and all these things, because by all intents and purposes, everything is mixed and meshed and just bad. And then all of a sudden, we don't get to talk about those things because we turn that corner and everything is beautiful and wonderful. And now this woman has been by my side through everything. I wasn't nothing. Man, I was cheating. I was stealing. I was robbing. We was getting put out. The lights was getting cut off. And man, she stuck by me, man. She was there through thick and thin. And I wouldn't be the man that I am today if I was not with here, if it were not for that woman. Those.
Yeah. This is what Shaquita said. Shaquita said she summed what you just said about praising your spouse for being strong and staying through trash behavior.
Yep. That, I think, those are the times I think we can say, okay, that might be a little much. Don't put me out there like that. Like shh. We don't necessarily need to say that loud. And that's kind of how I think about that. And when I said what I said at the beginning of this hour, as far as we are kind of taking away from our progress, because while that is considered struggle, okay, nobody wants to sign up for that. Nobody is saying, no little girl is sitting at her tea party talking to her dolls saying that is the life that she wants, okay, for herself when she leaves her home. However, we all know what real life does to us, okay? So I would not be me if I'm going to sit here on the screen and say that life does not happen and that we can't love who we love sometimes. And you find yourself in situations that you would not have always chosen for yourself. And as you progress and you learn better, you do better. So when we sit in here and we see these stories and we see these things highlighted and we see the progress that's been made, whether it was or was not the path that you would have taken to get there, you can see that there is still love within this relationship. Your trauma ain't her trauma. You know what I'm saying? But if they can create something better later from that, I'm not going to talk crazy about these people's love. I done been through a whole lot. A whole lot. Some people, if you were to line item all of the things that James and I have been through over 20 years, folks would probably consider us struggle love. We have struggled through our love. While in love, there has been struggle, okay? But you can't tell me I don't love that man and he don't love me. And that we could not work through and will not continue to work through the things that we work through. Why? Because we have continued to stay committed to that and work that plan, work that thing. But I still don't want James to necessarily stand on nobody's stage when we done made it and do and line item all the things that I done been through and me sitting over here with this big old puffy chest because I'm still the one that's no, I don't want that. I ain't gonna sit up here and say that either. I wouldn't be me if I sat here and told you that lie. So I think I'm not going to discount the work that our community has put in to stay loving each other. I'm not going to do that. You know what I mean? And I'm not going to look at all of the people who are saying that they're going to stay down and I'm going to still stay with this person. And instead of putting them back out there, when we know what this world does, when we throw our people back out to the people, you know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and say because she would, I'm not going to, you know what I mean? Just because I wouldn't, I'm not going to support her because she would. I'm not going to do that. I'm not, because love is hard. Like we were talking about, love is struggle in a lot of ways. Long-term love is struggle in a lot of ways. And everyone don't want to admit that they go through things now. So when we say stuff like work and struggle and it's hard and, you know, you got to go through things to get through things and, you know, to get to the top, it ain't always peaches and cream. Well, I don't know about that. I'm happy over here. We good over here. Okay. Today. I'm glad. I hope it's always that way. The goal is to always be happy. Every damn day is to always be happy. That's not going to be the reality every day. You gonna struggle. You gonna struggle. Go ahead, Win. Shut me up for a minute. I need a pause. you done bit the bottom lip. I know you have thoughts. You got enough to say.
I think a lot of it, what you're saying is absolutely right. I was thinking through what it looks like to, like, if there is a difference between, like, it goes back to that first question, like struggle, love, and versus like and settling, and like all of that kind of goes together. And I think that some of it is our fallacy of what relationships look like, and what love is. But I also think that some of it is like improper expectations. So I think a lot of the times that we go into relationships with an expectation that, you know, that, like we said, that love is, you know, and this is why I keep just trying to dispel this myth that, you know, love is love is the feeling, and because we have this good feeling about each other that we call love, that everything's going to be okay, when really love is in part a feeling. It's an action. Yes, it is at times a choice, but ultimately love is a commitment. Like, it is a commitment that requires endurance. And I don't mean endurance endurance in the sense of like running a marathon. Like, it's a long period of time that you're going to feel a whole lot of things, including pain, but at the end of it, you get satisfaction that you finished, that you're better, that you accomplished with somebody. Like, it's a lot to it. And so I think that this idea of struggle love is somewhat misconstrued because we're not all together. And so say financially I'm good, but emotionally I'm a wreck. You would still, if I don't do something about that, if I don't try to improve that, then I'm going to, if I'm your partner, I'm going to send you through some terrible seasons of struggle.
Yes.
So we can't. And this is the other reason why I'm always like cringing when I read this, because when it's in the context of because it's used, like, again, it's used in the context of men. But I'm like, hey, are we forgetting, like, this idea of struggle love is not always men doing it to women. There's a whole lot of men who, if this is by the way we're defining it, would be men who are struggle loving with you. So we're both struggle loving together, because we're imperfect people who have something wrong, something broken in us. And as much as we want to, as you say, manifest, and as much as we want to, you know, my church people to get deliverance, and as much as we want to, you know, heal and all the things that we do, the reality is that we are all on some level broken, because our brokenness is not always revealed to us at the same time. And even when it is revealed to us, it is often revealed to us in stages. So we deal with the level of brokenness that we have right now. And then as that part heals, something else pops up, and we like, oh, hell, I didn't know this was broke too. So now I got to go and fix this. And we're expecting this other person, or hoping that this other person is willing to walk with us through this and love us as we go through this process. So all of us have some level of it. And so I don't want to, like, I think it's looking at love and looking at relationships and looking at, you know, this thing of what we do together as something that is perpetual and growing, and at times feels like even when it feels like we're drowning,
Yeah.
we might not be actually drowning. It just might be a season that feels like that, that's actually going to put us in a really good position. So
we don't like stretch. We don't like stretch that isn't sexy. Have you noticed that?
We don't like stretch, uncomfortability. We don't like anything that is not comfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Anything less, except for skinny jeans. For some reason, we love skinny jeans, but those aren't comfortable.
As I sit here with my top button unbuttoned in half. So true. The accuracy of that comparison.
It's just the only thing. But yeah, we don't like any of that. So it's like so that's, again, to the earlier post about settling. That's why I push back on that. When it comes to struggle love, like I think we've done a phenomenal job of trying to redefine healthy and toxic, and start calling into some great pieces, like we have to be accountable to one another and all that stuff. But I think at the end, even with all of that, it's still a process, because again, I'm bringing my full baggage, my full self to this thing called a relationship. Or even if let's just remove the context. I'm bringing all of that to the workplace.
Yeah.
I'm bringing all of that to my friendship. I'm bringing all of that to anything that I have to do with other people. And now, shit, if it's just me, I'm doing it with my relationship with myself, and still having to deal with myself and maneuver and manage my own feelings and be like, I don't know why I feel the way I feel today. I'm just trying to feel my way through the day and not do something stupid because of the way we bring all of that into this thing, and we have to, like, again, be willing to say, okay, I'm gonna give you grace. I'm gonna love you. And to me, that's not struggle love.
Mm-hmm. I give a lot of grace for us right now. I think we're seeking it. We don't know how to say it, but we are asking for help. But we still have a lot of fear of saying, I don't know, or I need help doing better, because we would not, as a community, be so proud of all of the healing that we've made if we were always so awesome. So at some point, we were even struggle loving ourselves. We can't be so proud of the work that we've done, this new wonderful goddess and godlike energies that we got, and we vibrating on these new levels. We got these anthems, and everybody is high-fiving and retreating and doing all these wonderful things if everyone was always so great. So, like, we can't continue to say, like, I don't know. It's like what we're doing with our ancestors. I'm not my ancestors. That whole thing. But then we forget all the work that they put in, the privilege that we have. Like, it's almost like we're being disrespectful to the work that needed to be done. Like, that some of those struggle situations allowed us to see that we got to do better. Those were the lessons that we needed so that we could do better. Now, am I out here pom-pomming for toxic relationships? Absolutely not. We now know better. So it is now time for us as a community to continue to do better. But at the same time, we cannot sit here and act like these things don't still exist. Just 6 months ago, you were at a totally different point in your journey. A year ago, a different point. 6 years ago, totally, you didn't even know there was a journey to go on. You know what I mean? So, like, we can't act like now when we get the information, we have the access, we've leveled up to the point where now we know these things are no longer serving us. We're going to do better. We can't act like we're not familiar. We're familiar. We know what that looks like. We've been there. We've had that experience. We can't say now that this person or these people, these groups of people are no longer, they're just lost now. They love is false love. It don't match. It can't compare to this love. They hearts ain't like our hearts. Like, they needs can't possibly be our needs because that love is okay for them. Like, it's like that can't possibly, they hugs ain't real hugs. Them kisses just misses. You know what I mean? Like this because that's how we start to just totally separate.
Did you say if kisses is misses?
That's how we acted, because we get underneath these these posts that we hear, you know, however crazy it might sound on that first read, you know, when we see this stuff and go, wait a minute, what happened? You know, we have those moments, but then we got to think, okay, but these people have been together how many years, through what time frame, and what was the experience like when you really get down through there and think about the obstacles that they hit and made it through. A lot of folks, that couldn't be me. You're right. Not by choice, not necessarily because you would choose different, because you might have folded through that thing. You might not have been the partner that could have been strong enough to deal with that. So I mean, I'm like, we just gotta, I in my journey, I have had to burn whatever moral high horse I thought I had and look at my stuff. And in doing that, it has made me emblazoned and empowered and helping others to see their stuff too. So like when I'm looking around and watching us do this to ourselves and saying that we're trying to be these motivators and healers and trying so hard to help us get better, but then we won't own the fact that we too are these broke folks. We too have been messed up. We can't see it so clear if we ain't been it. You know what I mean? Like if we are very familiar with these bad places, these negative things, these lower vibrating space. We've been there. So like, let's stop acting like we're so removed from that. We were just there a minute ago. You know what I mean? You might not want to say it. That's okay. But you know, you can identify with some of this stuff. So like, let's stop acting like we're so better than. You're better now. You know what I mean? That you have something that you could offer to that. We can't just keep leaving everything and everybody. I mean,
I think you have to give, you know, like you said, give people a great. I think you have to recognize again. I might be further along the path, but I'm still on the path.
I'm on the path. Yes. Yes. Again. Thank you, preacher. There you go. Yeah. Thank you, Pastor. That's it.
I do it. I can. But see, the cool part about that is that it puts you, if for me, for that mindset, what that does for me is it puts me in the position to, number one, always be willing to learn. So I'm always looking. I always have, like, say too, like I'm always looking for somebody who can pour into me and somebody who I can pour into. And one of the reasons, listen, one of the reasons why we do get into this whole struggle love thing, the real is because we stop putting ourselves in position to learn. Because sometimes we think we've obtained and we know everything and nobody can tell us anything. And so when it's time for us to step into this new realm or this new relationship, then now all of a sudden we think that we can continue to operate in the new relationship like we were in our old relationship, not realizing that the reason that old relationship ended was probably because of the way we were operating in it. But that's a whole nother show that we'll talk about later. So we don't want to do that. We just want to continue to do me. Yeah. This is how I am. Nobody can tell me nothing. Only God can judge me. Like all of the things that we say, and that are not even real. They're not even truth. They're not, they're not healthy. They're not beneficial to the nurturing and cultivating of ourselves, or nurturing and cultivating this love that we don't want to struggle in, this love that we want to be able to freely give and freely receive.
Love is one of those things that I'm learning. You're constantly going to learn in, but I have learned and am learning that the more we try and box it in, the harder it gets to do it. Love was never meant to check boxes and fit within.
Don't do that. Don't go there. Don't go there. Say that for tomorrow. Say that for tomorrow. That's Clubhouse. That's Clubhouse tomorrow. What is love? It's Clubhouse tomorrow. So y'all join us at 8 Eastern, 7 Central, because that's the question. What is love? Don't answer that question, because what you're about to say is why part of why I have a problem with the statement that brought up the question. So yes, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah.
No, the question tomorrow is love enough. That's what it is.
Is
Tomorrow.
love enough? Yeah.
Yeah. So that's why I need y'all to be there tomorrow. But don't answer that question. Don't say that because I need you to hold that. Oh, my mule. To you can go ahead. If you can't hold it, go ahead.
Oh no, it's we, you know, a lot of our ideals, even now as we're growing, and identifying what healthy is, that is still, we're still boxing it in. My level of love is based on my experiences with the people that I'm loving. My willingness to go outside of what could be within the human realm of possibility is my choice based on the level of love that I choose to give to the people that I share my love with. That's my love limit. You know what I mean? So even the idea of struggle love or whatever, you know, when we limit it or try and put some type of label on it and then say, well, this doesn't work. That doesn't work. In what ways? You know what I mean? That's why the follow-up question that I asked on your post about tomorrow's conversation. It's like, what is our goal here? You know what I mean? Because if you're loving the way that God says that you are to love, or that if you are a spiritual person, and we talk about capacity and how we can call on and bring forth energy that we didn't know that we could possess. Where do those things come from? That we create capacity, we create space, we create room for the things that we hold dear to us. So, you know, and that all varies depending upon like that. That's why we can get into the whole agape, unconditional. Like there's so many levels to this. So the whole boundaries that we keep trying to put on something that's supposed to be boundless, just I don't know. And I'm trying to tamper because I know tomorrow I'm going to have so much more to say. But yeah, the whole idea of what we're going to as a collective say we're not going to do anymore. If it's not harming you physically, harming you emotionally, long-term, we're at a point where, you know, like it's a not core thing going like these things. These are life. We are really watering down the warrior in our spirit with this, with our privilege right now. And I'm in, and if you are in our world right now, there is still a level of privilege that we have for us to even be having this conversation in a world that needs so much more love. Woo, okay, yep, I'm done with that one. Say something else, because I was about to go somewhere completely different. That warrior word just tapped into something else that just but yeah, we watering ourselves down. I don't like it.
We absolutely are. All right. We absolutely are.
We got too much time left. You stopped me too early. Now the notes I gotta take for tomorrow before I go to bed tonight before I lose the night.
All right, Alyssa. Good night.
All right, Alyssa. Love you, baby.
We'll see you tomorrow in Clubhouse.
Right. All right.
So yes, y'all, for real. Like I said, join us tomorrow in Clubhouse for real. We'll continue this conversation. I will actually I'm gonna put the Clubhouse link here in the comments so that way you could join our Clubhouse, and that way when we do go live, you get notified.
Yep. Yeah. So, and it's so funny that we're even doing the tomorrow's topic. We're talking about, you know, what is
love enough?
Yeah, is love enough? And I was listening to, James and I were watching the Black Godfather on Netflix night before last. And one of the things that he kept saying was love ain't nothing, you know, what's love got to do with it? It all boils down to money. Money is the thing. And then later on throughout the show, his biographer was saying, you know, and other people even were saying, you know, he always talked about how money is the root of every, because your life started with a number, is going in with a number. You know, it's all money. And they like, that is a cover for how he loves you. Like he is, that is the number is the equity. He wants your world to be better because you got the right number. You know what I mean? He loves you enough to make sure that you get equity in what it is that you're doing. So like even the way that we go about even showing our love is there's no way of there's levels to it, y'all. There's levels to it. And yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Tell the people about you, about Elegance by Design.
Elegance by Design is my baby. Elegance by Design is the all natural hair and skincare line that you need to get familiar with. If you do not know about Elegance by Design, let me tell you a little something, okay? My products are created with all natural ingredients. They are sourced and researched to make sure that your hair is not only looking amazing, but it is healthy, literally from the inside out. Our products will restore, they will renew, and rejuvenate literally your scalp, your hair follicles, and your insides, okay? Because you will start to better understand how to take care of your hair. You will feel more beautiful and more empowered to try new styles because your hair is going to feel healthy. We use happy ingredients. We are affordably priced. We are available just about however you want to get us because we ship and we've got some local spots here in the city. If you are worried about finding products that you can make sure that your entire house can use, Elegance by Design needs to be in your cabinet, okay? We're build-up free. We're clean. And we are very, very sensitive to allergies as well. If there's something that you need made, I got you, okay? So elegancebydesign.com is where you go, and it's design is spelled with a Z, DEZIGN. Healthy hair and skin is our priority. Beautiful you, it's our specialty.
All right, putting the email address in the comments. All right. If you haven't gotten your copy of my book, go and get it. It's a good book.
Waiting for. She waiting for.
A really good book. I could actually say that's a good book. I don't say that because I wrote it, but
it's a good book.
So go grab it today.
bit.ly/blue stones.
I like that. All right. So we got like 8 minutes. So we on break for the next
yes
month. I'm gonna miss y'all, but I'm tired.
Hopefully in the new year I will come back with a new position. I'm about to use these last few weeks to go on and snatch up this good promotion, y'all. That's your girl's about to tune in, okay? About to totally dig in. So in the new year we can come back and have a party for the promo. And
absolutely. What I'm about to be doing ain't none of y'all business. Nope. So
none of you. I second and third that. None of your business. I was about to go. What you about to do? Like I was.
None of y'all business. No, I'm about to enjoy these next couple of weeks. So we will put up replays and things like that. But yeah, we'll see y'all in the new year because it's time. We got some new things coming up, so we're excited about the new year. Again, if you are not following the Scoop page, so at Real Scoop Show, you need to do that because, again, as of December 31st, the Scoop Nation group is going away. So you need to be following us at Real Scoop Show on Facebook and at the Scoop Radio Show on Instagram and the Scoop Show on YouTube. So we'll be putting up more content there. In the new year. Actually, we've already started. So if you pay attention, you'll see we're putting up questions on that page to get interaction on that page because, it's time. So
y'all gonna start waiting a lot longer to get those approvals in the group as close we get to the 31st.
No, you're not, because I'm just gonna start deleting people out the group. You can close that sucker. So,
but seriously, when said, you guys link in with us. And make sure that you have liked and subscribed to all of our social media handles and pages and the Scoop page. We are strategizing for the new year, so there will be lots of opportunities that are going there. That will be where the content will be shared. You're already following us on our personal pages. If you're not, we've got public pages or public places where you can do that. We will share content there, but the conversations will be happening on the Scoop page. Okay, so if you're following the live, the main live, go ahead and go and click the little link and hit the like, hit the little thumbs and do your thing, so that when we come back in the new year, you're not wondering where we are, because we are not going anywhere. If anything, we're about to level up this content and about to really go in. Okay, so please make sure that you don't miss a beat. We have enjoyed the group thoroughly. Okay, we have had a good time. You guys have rocked with us through a lot of transition. A lot of conversations have been had, a lot of connections have been made. But if anything, we know when to let a good thing end on a good note. And now we feel it's the time to do that, because it is time for us to go ahead and take this going higher. So yeah, be sure that you guys link in. We don't want to lose you in the growth.
Yep. The other thing I would add to that too is when you like the page, there's a sign up button on there. Hit that too, so that way you could join our email list and be paying attention to our pages, because we're playing around now with the text to join functionality. So if you don't want to be on the email list, then you could be on the SMS text list, so that way we can send you out links and things that way, plus different offers and stuff like that. So yeah,
trust us, don't run from the marketing. I won't let it get too crazy. Y'all know how damn notifications and whatnot. Trust, okay.
I don't have time to let it get too crazy, so
if I feel like I need to unsubscribe from me, it's gonna be a problem. Okay, trust, I got you. We got you. Please sign up so you don't miss nothing. Because
it's not gonna get too crazy. I can promise you that. So yeah. So other than that, I don't have nothing else. You got anything else?
Baby, to bed. I got to go watch the face off.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year. Join us on Clubhouse tomorrow.
Yes.
Because tomorrow's the last Clubhouse for the year too. So we're not playing with y'all.
No, son. Break is break. We're going to where the rest resides for the rest of the year. Where the rest resides. Where the rest resides.
Yeah, y'all don't miss this. Like, even just thinking about the first show next year, it's yeah.
I'm so excited. Y'all been rocking with us. You deserve this content that's coming. You've earned this content that's coming.
Yeah. So stay with us. You will get. Thank you. Let me say that. You will be seeing information about the Christmas giveaway. So yes. So hear this. We are doing our Christmas toy drive, which first of all, before I say that, let me say thank you to those who donated for Thanksgiving. I think I said it last week, but if I didn't, let me say it again. Thank you to everyone who donated. We fed 4 families.
The fourth one come on through. Okay, good.
Well, we had 3.5, and then somebody donated the other half. So 4 families, like full course meals, and all of them were very appreciated. So thank you all for that. And especially thank you to Sonia Shirley, who led the Oklahoma City families.
Thank you, Sonia.
So Christmas is coming up, so that means that we're gonna do what we normally do, which is try to help families who are unable to do toys. So we'll start putting out information in terms of the demographic information of the families. So if you want to adopt a whole family, you can. If you just want to, hey, listen, I got 5 on it. To a family, you can. You can donate to us at globaldriveradio@gmail.com on PayPal, and just put Christmas toy drive. And again, just like with Thanksgiving, 100% of your donation minus whatever fee PayPal charges will go to that family. If you don't have PayPal and you have Cash App, you can send it to one of us and we'll get it to the right place. But again, we want to help families. We do this and it brings such a tremendous joy to us to see the relief. First of all, the relief of the parent to recognize that it's something they don't have to do, and then to see the joy on that child's face, because kids shouldn't have to. That our stuff. Some kids shouldn't have to deal
That
with
ain't
that.
they stuff.
And
They
that's
just smile.
yeah. So let's holiday. So again, you could donate whatever dollar amount you would like to PayPal at globaldriveradio@gmail.com, or if you want to cash out, you can do that to me or to Q, because we don't have to cash out for the show. So that's about it. And then again, like Q said, thank you all for the ones of you who have been with us all year, and for the part of the year or for one show, whatever. We certainly appreciate it. It is your feedback, your comments, your wisdom helps us. So because a lot of times you all challenge us, we think it through and be like, that might be right. Let me think.
Yeah.
So
more often than you know.
Yeah. So thank you. Yeah, we'll talk to you for that. And of course, Q, thank you. I appreciate you for rocking with me all year. I definitely greatly appreciate you for that. To, even though they're not here tonight, to Firestarter, thank you for another good year. To Jamaica, thank you for a good year. So we have had a record year. I'll just throw it out there. I didn't put out the number. I'll put them out before the end of the year. But we have had we blew out. When I say blow out, I mean we blew out numbers from last year. And last year, we blew out the numbers from the previous year. So it's like, all right, I see you, God. I see you. I see you. So, and I think probably
you're gonna keep seeing us.
Yeah, I guess we got to keep going.
Yep.
So yeah. So thank you. So yes, we definitely appreciate you. We definitely appreciate each and every one of you all. So other than that, I guess this really is for the year. Goodbye.
Thank y'all.
Yeah, thank you very, very, very much. Listen, the music was supposed to start when I said that, and it didn't start. It's
tired to us. Say we done. We done.
I had timed that just right for the music to start, and it didn't start. Okay. Now it start.
I love her.
Now it start.
Would it be us if we didn't have a little technical issue at the end?
First you say you're with me, and then you try to diss me. So I try to keep it low when you knock me to the floor, cause I don't wanna cry no tears. Would you believe this love is forever, girl? And would you take this long, sweet road and pull it together? Baby, if this is goodbye, I want one last try. You just can't give up. Can't you see the tears in my eyes? Cause I'm gonna try. Baby, I'll treat you right. Just give me one more shot. If this is goodbye.
Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Hanukkah, Kwanzaa, all them. I love y'all.
Amen. I agree.
Marriage confirmation.
I agree. Go for it.
Would you